Washington, D.C.'s Capitol Hill area is more than just a setting for political intrigue. In many respects, it is a regular neighborhood, filled with families, schools, and retail shops, mixed with more exotic elements like a dynamic music scene, rowdy protests, and international attention. This is a city divided, a prosperous city center masking a poverty-stricken underbelly. This divide is interrupted by the city's vibrant street culture. On the streets, the two worlds collide. Here, powerful politicians, lobbyists, activists, and contractors come face to face with the city's vagrant population, the homeless, street performers, and hucksters of all kinds. Here are three of their stories.
Bill Cosby and Mike Tyson, they went to see the Pope to get blessed. Bill Cosby has on a sweater, nice slacks. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, has on torn jeans, torn shirt, eating peanuts and throwing the shells on the chapel floor. So Bill says, man, the Pope's not going to bless you. He says, yeah, he is. He says, no, he ain't. He says, the Pope's not going to bless you. He says, yeah, he is. He says, no, he ain't. He said, man, I'm going to go sit over here. 5 minutes later, the Pope come out. He looks at Bill Cosby, goes like this to Mike Tyson, walks away. Bill said he blessed you. Mike said, no, he didn't. Bill said, yeah, he did. He blessed you. He said, no, he didn't. He said, well, why he do this? He said, you pick them peanuts off the floor and get the other guy and get the hell out. Sorry, I had to laugh. My name is James Anthony Hall. Everyone calls me Tony. I'm 42 years old. I was born in Bishopville, South Carolina. I came up to D.C. when I was about 12, back and forth. I joined the military when I was 17. I became a United States Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant. I was diagnosed with cancer in 2010. They amputated my leg because of the pain and the holes that were creating in my skin. My favorite thing about living on Capitol Hill is the parks. A lot of public parks, a lot of cool things to see, you know. It's always something on Capitol Hill. The unique thing about the people, there's some of them are funny, some of them are good, some of them are just to themselves. People warm up to me because I tell them jokes, and some people don't want to be bothered.
My name is Reginald Conyers, born 1965, which makes me 46 today. And I was born here to a woman who said, you know what, you need a brother and a couple sisters, so I got some siblings. So we grew up here in D.C. I was that wayward son who thought to explore the world on no money. But I thought I had talent that would get me over. One of those talents was my trumpet. And as a trumpeter, I've been able to make a living as a street performer. The Capitol Hill community, to me, appears to be a well-groomed society of all sorts, ethnicities, socioeconomics. It accommodates a lot of people here, and that there's public safety that was not anticipated when you came to Capitol Hill, say, 25 years ago, 20 years ago. I've been doing this for 18 years as a street performer, as a trumpeter, as a euphonium player, as a tenor horn player. I've actually made a living at it. With the proper partnership, a good living at it. And of late, the MP3 and the amplifier have been the best of partnerships because they show up on time, no attitude, and don't require pay. They're always there, and I make a decent living. I won't be buying a house on Capitol Hill anytime soon, but with the proper alliance, things could happen.
Donation. Because homeless isn't helpless. When you have your latest edition of Street Service. Thanks for your support. Hey, honey, how are you?
My name is Conrad Cheek Jr. I was born here in Washington, D.C. I grew up in the Benning Heights area, which is southeast Washington, D.C. Capitol Hill has been a great place for me. I'm making really good money. The people have treated me pretty well. I mean, of course, you're going to have some bad apples out here, but you got to expect that everywhere. My job with Street Sense is interesting because it's my first opportunity to actually work for myself. I work when I want to. One of the things I do is I move the paper around. I might raise it way up or whatever, and I use a lot of hand signs or body language to get people to kind of I don't stop them. I just kind of let them know what the paper's about while they're moving. There aren't as many homeless people out here per se as there used to be when I first moved here, but There's all kind of interesting people. It's actually, I wrote a poem called The Upper Echelon of the Homeless. I'm the upper echelon of the homeless. I don't loiter or beg. If you've ever seen me working, you may ponder what I said. I'm a hard-working homeless man who doesn't panhandle for a pence, because homeless isn't helpless when you have street sense. I sell the poetry in street sense. Some say that it's the best, but it's the interest in the articles that's the key to its success. When I bend in the afternoons, the papers usually sell. The employees and patrons of Starbucks have always treated me well. And there's the hot dog lady. She always greets me with a smile. I don't know how long she's been there, but she's been there for a while. Many people smile, take a paper, and hand me a bill, including the most beautiful women on Capitol Hill. Now, many of you have seen me when I break for a meal. Many of you may wonder, what is the deal? For a delicious Reuben sandwich and Mr. Henry's, I'll have a seat. Or a tasty roast beef sandwich from Kosee, I will eat. I'm the upper echelon of the homeless. I don't loiter or beg. If you've ever heard me working, you can reflect on what I said. I'm a hard-working homeless man who doesn't panhandle for a pence. Because homeless isn't helpless when you have street sense.
Every year, millions of people flock to Washington, D.C. to experience its uniquely American history and culture. The next time you visit the district, please take time to interact, support, and appreciate the rich street culture of the nation's capital. The gentlemen in this piece add value to their community through their art, personalities, and market savvy. These enterprising men give voice to a community that often goes unheard.